Well, good afternoon again. This is Jim Hodson here at the Fort Worth Aviation Museum, home of the most touchable warbirds in Texas. And we've got a couple of other folks here with the OV-1 Mohawk Association. So why don't you introduce yourselves and then we'll let you start the lie.
We did. I'm Larry Satterfield. I'm one of the pilots that helped restore 021 here. We have about 100 pilots here from the OV-1 Mohawk Association.
It's great, Billy.
My name is Billy Freeman. I was a maintenance sergeant for the Mohawks in Korea. Larry was one of my test pilots and flew with him quite a few times. A lot of fun.
Okay, so you know each other from Korea.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
So the beer wasn't as good there as Germany, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
So what kind of missions did you fly in Korea?
We had surveillance missions along the DMZ between North Korea and South Korea, which was a Cold War era. And so this particular bird was a slower bird, side looking airborne radar. So we had certain tracks that we would fly to collect data, intelligence on the North Korean side.
Okay, and that's the big long thing on the side of the airplane, right? The canoe?
That's the big long thing on the side looking airborne radar.
Okay, now did they not use that in Germany that much?
They did.
Okay.
They used the same type mission in Germany during the Cold War between Germany, Russia, between Germany and also Czechoslovakia.
Okay.
They use that same system in Vietnam too.
Well, I knew they used it in Vietnam, so I just kind of assumed that they used it everywhere else too.
So this is an OV.
Right.
The other one is an RV.
Oh,
The RV
okay.
had a different system. It was non-voice electronic warfare intercept.
Oh, okay.
SAM sites and things like that. Different sensors. Not that. It's some large sensors on the out.
Okay, so how many airplanes did you have in the unit in Korea?
I had 17.
17?
It fluctuated depending
Okay.
on what was moving in and out. A lot of things would go back to the United States to be rehabbed.
Okay, right,
come back.
right.
And usually I use the number about 17, 16, 17.
Okay. So how long were your missions?
About 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2 hours and 30 minutes.
So did you fly with the external tanks?
Yes.
Okay.
These external tanks, yes.
Okay.
This airplane, most Mohawks have two external 150-gallon fuel tanks.
So even with those, your missions were still just under 3 hours?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But the bird has the range of about 5 hours.
Right.
Our missions were just 2.5.
Right, OV-10 is kind of the same way. So, Billy, you said you've flown with Larry. What was your job when you were going out and flying with him?
Hold on.
Okay.
So we were actually talking about, and I don't know that I flew with him, but we were actually talking about going to what's called a simulated missile range. Pulsar range is what it was called, and you would go there. So we had countermeasures and sensors on here for missiles, and so you went there. Pilots went there and practiced evading missiles.
Okay.
And if you were lucky enough, I was a maintenance sergeant, so I got a little more lucky. You'd go with some of them and fly because it was very aerobatic oriented.
So you went along as just kind of an orientation?
Ballast. Weight and balance.
Okay. But it was an orientation thing, or?
It was training.
Okay, it was training. Okay.
Because the range simulated us being locked on by a missile.
Okay.
And so then we had certain maneuvers that we had to evade the missile lock on.
Okay. So now were they doing that same kind of thing in Germany?
I don't think Germany had that.
I don't know. So Pulsar range was the Air Force also used, and the Navy also used, and so it was not just Army. So I don't know. I didn't do Germany.
Because I know they some of the folks that I talked to that were in Stuttgart said that their job was working around the Fulda Gap.
Yeah.
And so your job was working along the DMZ.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. And how did that differ from what they did in Vietnam?
The Vietnam, during the early portion, the OV-1 Mohawks were armed, as you can see from our story that we have right here for close air support. But basically, it was the same type missions that both Korea and Germany did with the side-looking airborne radar.
Okay.
You can equate, because we worked on that project a little bit early on. You can kind of equate what a UAV does, a Predator or something.
Right.
Yeah. That's kind of what a Mohawk did in Vietnam.
You were just a manned UAV.
Real time information for ground troops.
Okay, I get that because, well, I flew the OV-10. I flew the RF-4 for a while too, but we didn't have data links.
Right.
So it was like we had to the airplane had to come back. So otherwise, there's no film. So
all our bird was data linked to a central operations center.
Yeah.
Okay. It's very good. So I'm going to let you get back to your reunion. Thanks for this little bit of time. We enjoy that.
Appreciate you having us.
Yeah, Larry, thanks for all the work you've been doing here to get this ready. I know he and his brother Larry have been out here getting that second engine on the airplane, getting ready for you
I know.
guys.
I've been watching it on Facebook.
Good.
And I saw it coming down the road. I said, man, they did some work.
Yep, they did. So at any
There's a
rate,
lot to changing an engine out.
it is. Yeah, even though it was a QC, right?
That's correct.
All right, thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
We'll see you.